Hey everyone, Joe Menza here. Welcome to the 9th episode, next to last, of filling out this 2.0 season watercolor painting, fast and loose. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're getting some good tips. I'm showing you something here. I picked up a little white on my brush. This is Chinese white, and I've mixed it in with water after mixing. There's a little tint there because I picked up a little color, but that's okay. I'm putting down sort of a wash of white, and this can help a sky. If you're having trouble with skies, sometimes you pick up too much paint, it's too watery. This can help kind of tint down the sky a little bit. So I'm mixing this right in while it's wet, and this is going to mix in with the white. I'm just kind of sporadically putting in some ultramarine blue and just kind of dabbing this in, just looking for a pattern, that's all. Fix my light here once again with this glare, and you can see here how I've got just a little sort of a cloud pattern. I'm just going to dab that a little bit more. And this keeps the blue from looking too bright. Now I'm giving it a little spray with my yellow ochre bottle, just to give a little bit of a glow up in the sky. Again, just kind of dabbing that in, blending it, mixing it while it's still wet. And this kind of helps things diffuse a little bit. I find it's a nice little trick. And of course, for your clouds, you can use any color. You can use a darker purple. Now, I could have put yellow down behind that and not had to spray it, but sometimes I spray it on. I'll say, I need a little bit of light coming from here, a little bit of a glow, and that's where my spray bottle comes in. So now from here, you can pick up like I'm doing here. You can lift out a little bit if you want to. You could lift out a little cloud here and there. And you could just create any sort of little fun design that you want, provided it stays wet. And just dabbing it out. Don't dab away too much or you'll have no blue left. And you have to trust the process a little bit. When this dries and it absorbs into the paper, it will have a nice look to it. And you can see a lot of that yellow is just kind of gone back to being a light from behind the clouds. Again, I was using Chinese white. Some people were asking me in the last video, and they said, hey, you're talking a little too fast. Yeah, I'm kind of a fast talker sometimes. I get excited about what I'm into. That's this nice hobby that we have of painting. It's just, I get carried away sometimes. So I know some people, English isn't their first language, and I get to talking a little too fast. My goal is try to have that soothing, sort of a calming effect, but I get excited. So here I am, I'm spraying a little bit more, and I'm going in with a little bit of this dabbing of the brush. And you can see we have this very nice pattern here. We're just creating a background. That's the first thing that you're looking to do, and you watch any painter out there, you'll see they start off, they create that backdrop. You're looking at the stage, you're in a Broadway play, and whatever it is in the background elements, posters on the wall or lighting or all that, this is all what you're setting the stage for. So now I'm just going to take my hair dryer and give this a dry now that I'm happy with it. So nothing moves around too much. Just to show you, zoom in a little bit. Look at that. Some neat things have happened there. I've kind of slow-mode this a little bit so you just get a good look. You can see how it has that sort of cloud where you get the little shadow underneath the cloud. And it's fun. It's just very fun. So, on to the next thing. What are we going to what are we going to put on our stage? And I don't know, I just kind of whatever comes to me at the time if I'm making it up. And I'm thinking some land mass here. So I've got some brown, some Van Dyke or some burnt umber mixed in a little bit together. And the reason I'm going darker on this is because I want that to contrast against that light background. It will enhance both the background and the item that I'm painting, as it will dazzle the eye and create this dark light effect that will entice you to want to keep looking at the painting. So it's not so much about color, although I do want some color in here. I'm going with a dark green. Started using sap green. I like to mix my own greens, but at the same time, when I keep dipping into yellow a lot of times, I end up contaminating my color. And so if I have a green, it takes a little less to get it to the green I want with a starting point, and sap green is good for that. So I've taken my card, you could see up close here, I've done a little scraping of little rocks and things there. So this is going to be my one little jetty pointing out here, and we'll put some trees up on there. So we're looking at the bottom. The bottom is a nice reflection of the sky. We can have that as some water on the bottom. After all the work we put in, we want to keep that visible. So here I am, I'm with my fan brush, which I do like, and we're going to make another little jetty kind of coming out here. And then I'll create a little choke point in the center, kind of give you that Z. Z is like a Z-shaped formation that leads you into a painting when you're talking about compositions. You have S, a Z, Z is like a Z, and those things will take you into the painting. It's like creating a pathway. What do I want my viewers to walk past and notice as they go through my painting? So as you can see, a little more thought goes into it. So you have this sort of Z pattern going on, the Z. It's going to take you, you're going to start off at one jetty and then go through the Z, take you to the next, and then you're going to notice the cloud pattern. Now, the next thing we'll be looking at is verticals, something that points you toward the back of the painting or up toward the sky. In this particular case, it could be trees. If you're doing houses, it could be the house pointy roof, or it could be sailboat masts, it could be antennas, it could be windmills. In this case, again, it's trees pointing up. So that's what makes landscapes really great subject matter for painting, is that the elements, not only are you feel one with nature, you enjoy nature, but the elements of it and the shapes of it are conducive to pointing you in a particular direction and setting a mood, which is why mood is important when we set the lighting. We're doing mood lighting. You know, when you come into your room and you design your room, okay, so you come in and there's feng shui, by the way, to get the energy coming into the room, but that's not necessarily what we're doing here. But just to give you an example of how some elements are thought out when you're designing a space. So when you design your space, you have your entry. What are people going to see as they look across the room? Then once you come in the room, is an inviting room. The lighting, when you turn it down, as it set the mood. Is there somewhere to sit that's comfortable? You sit down and you can look at this space. All of those things are much the same as in your painting. So you want an atmosphere, cozy, inviting, set a mood, set an atmosphere where people would like to be, set a soothing feeling. A soothing, but with contrast. It has some element of drama, but yet it's not drama. It's not a bad drama. It's just enough to perk the interest, to dazzle the eye. It's like food shows. Looking at, that's why people watch shows. You never get to taste the food, but you see it. You see the food, and you want to eat it, but you can't. And they plate it in such a way that's like, okay, there's 3 elements on the dish, and we put this here, and it's clean around the sides, and the colors, there's a little bit of color. You look at it, you want that. So you look at this painting, you say, ooh, I want that. And then from a art business perspective, you look at it and go, ooh, I'd like to paint that. I'd like to do something like that. Because there's a deep artist inside of you that says, I want to be part of that in a way that just doesn't involve watching. I want to be part of that painting in the way that I want to make a painting like that. I want to make a dish of food like that. It connects you in a way, in a deeper way. Now, if you're an art purchaser, you're not necessarily an artist and you enjoy art, then the connection is there on more of just a visual level, a visceral level of looking at the painting and just somewhere you really enjoy and a feeling that you get. So there's a connection for everyone. Anyone entering a room, and your painting is going to hang in a room somewhere where there's a design that your painting becomes a part of. For the ultimate irony, if you think about it, that this painting becomes part of this other design setting. So when you come into the room, you feel an atmosphere, an environment that your painting actually becomes a part of. So I've put some dirt down in this water here, a little bit more spray, trying to keep this open here, a little mist. And I've put some dirt, I took some like dirty brown, and I swept it in from the right side because I don't want just that light that we had from above. I kind of want give it this transparent look over the top. And by tinting that over the top, I got that sort of look that looks a little bit more like water. So I've taken my card, I've done a little bit more scraping of the rocks, and we'll give it a dry here. And then this is the finishing stages where we look at a painting and we say, is there any other little adjustments I can make? Give it a quick dry. But is there, does this branch look funny? Is this something standing out to me? You can use a camera, take a picture and look at the camera through the viewfinder, and that'll give you a different disconnect from the painting. And then someone else had recommended using a mirror. I actually hold my phone because I don't have a mirror. I'll look at the reflection off of my phone and hold it up and stand with my back to the painting, and I'll look at the painting in a reflection, and it's sort of backward, but it gives you a different perspective of the painting. So either use a camera and take a thumbnail picture or use some reflective device. I'm going to put this mat on here and just see if this is another way of just getting an idea of, does it look okay? Sorry for blocking it, but these mats are cheap, by the way. You can buy little packages of them online, like an Amazon or something like that. And they're already pre-cut. 11 by, it's like 10.5 by, if you use an 11 by 14 or 11 by 15 sheet, the mat will cover it, no problem. This is like 10.5 by 11.25. So you lose some of the edges, but that's okay. I like an 11 by 15 sheet. That gives me all that I need. And this paper here is the Hobby Lobby Master's Touch. So you can see we don't need super expensive paper, although it comes to $1 a sheet if you don't get it on sale. Pop in a couple birds. If you get it on a BOGO, buy one, get one free, you can get it 50 cents a sheet for this size. I'm signing the bottom here, and let's take a look. And there is the finished painting. I'm happy with how this one turned out. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, everybody, and we will see you next time.